Welcome to Bad Dice, the UK's first Warhammer Fantasy Battle podcast. We bring you news, reviews and updates from all around the UK tournament scene. Your hosts are Ben Curry and Ben Johnson. We hope you enjoy the show, and if you do, be sure to let us know. You can contact us on thebens@baddice.co.uk or leave a positive review on iTunes. Welcome to episode 49 of the Bad Dice podcast. I'm your host, Ben Curry.
And I'm Ben Johnson.
And this last fortnight, we've been doing loads of tournaments, haven't we, Ben? Both of us, haven't we?
Yeah, we've both been to loads of stuff, eh?
Yeah, so you've been to the Mansfield Mall?
2.
Two, the Mansfield Mall
We've talked about
and
primary schools, haven't we? Yeah.
Open War. I have actually, unfortunately, been doing nothing because I've been moving house. So just a quick shout to the competition winners from the last episode and also the guys who have bought dice recently. I've not got them out to you yet because, like I say, been moving house, been working nights, so I'll get them this week now I'm settled back in.
Any excuse.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so before we get into the main show, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors. Going to start with Back to Basics, who are back on board with us. These guys what do they do, Ben?
Bases.
Yeah, resin bases, isn't it? All sorts of fancy-ass resin bases, movement trays. They do custom trays to fit all sorts of shapes and sizes, things like that. So check them out at backtobase-ix.com.
That's a long-winded URL, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So next up we've got Odd Games, and Odd Games do pretty much everything, don't they?
Anything you can think of, really, for wargaming.
All war games, anything you like, check out oddgames.co.uk. You've been buying some stuff recently, haven't you? Skaven, to do your Skaven army?
Yes, I had some Skaven
Not so
off
recently,
Not
really,
so
is it?
recently, no.
I know I was badgering about magnets because I was doing magnetic basing, and I wanted some of the metal flexi sheet and didn't stock it, so sent him a text saying, how come you don't do this? Stuff you do is rubbish. Sent it back. Yeah, we've got it now. So it is that really.
It's like your own personal crack dealer.
Yeah, pretty good. So, I mean, I'm doing a new Dark Elf army, so there might be some stuff I want off him. Not so much models, because I'm using all the retro stuff, but paints, glue, stuff like that. I'll be paying Ollie a call from Odd Games. Okay, next up we've got Rankins HQ.
Yes.
Been speaking to good old Andrew today from Rankins HQ.
Oh, yeah?
He's been off to War Machine tournament this weekend, so he's telling me all about that.
Did you have a good time?
He had an awesome time. 11 games, apparently, in 3 days.
It's not bad.
So, yeah, it's pretty good. So, yeah, Rankins HQ, check out that for all your tournament results, your things like you can organise your clubs through it. Any events, you stick them on the calendar. There's all sorts of stuff on there. It's not just a rankings site.
It is all singing, all dancing.
Yep. Okay, next up we've got Battle Foam. Now, we've still not got our bags because we've not ordered them yet. Again,
You were badgering me to draw around all my stuff.
Yeah, and then I rang Romeo to say, right, where do I post all this stuff to? And he says, well, just scan it in and send it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to sort of scan them out now. And I've moved house. So we'll get them ordered soon.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. So what bag are you going for, Ben?
Oh, well, I thought I was going for a nice funky black 720, but...
Yeah, I think, a pair of black 720s. So we're talking about drawing around foam and stuff. What have you had to do?
I've just laid all my big stuff, my unit fillers and my doom wheels and stuff like that down and drew around them so that they can get the foam cut. So they fit them nice and snugly.
Yep, so they just fit to the shape and they're not bouncing around in a square hole. Yeah, and like I say, sorry about that, dude. I'm just breaking this news to you now.
After the grief you give me.
Yeah, but we'll get them ordered, no worries. Okay, so that's Battle Foam. Check them out. If you like the sound of a custom cut foam in a funky case, get over to battlefoam.com. And last but not least, Unseen Lurker magazine. We're going to one of their tournaments soon, aren't we?
Yes.
Unseen Lurker GT.
Last week of November?
Yeah, about 4 weeks' time.
Yeah.
2,000 points, no comp, should be fun.
Yes, and I think one of their next tournaments goes on sale in about an hour.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, the Tempest Rising 2.
Yeah, so, I mean, they normally cover the events in the magazine, don't they?
Yeah. However, it is the 12th and 13th of February, so
what is?
that the next Tempest Rising.
Oh, right. Valentine's weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, we won't be at that one then.
No.
But yeah, check out the magazine. It's unseenlurker.com. And you can, Unseen Lurker, that's Lurker with an E.
Mhm.
You can download a bit of the magazine to have a read through before, so try before you buy, so to speak, which is rubbish. It's good, but it's rubbish because you start reading the magazine, you get dead into it, and then it's like, oh, and you get the first page of each article.
It's almost like they planned it that way, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I know. So yeah, check them out, unseenlurker.com. So that's it for our sponsors. So we'll go straight into Fortnite in Fantasy. Now, what have you been up to, Ben?
Playing lots of Warhammer, really.
Yeah?
Yeah, I played, well, like I say,
Other than the tournaments you've been playing much as
yeah,
well?
I've played a few. I think I've played 4 non-tournament games and then 8 tournament games. So I don't know, something like that. It's all written down in my book.
So you must be flying at the minute then? You're playing a lot?
Yeah, enjoying it.
You're picking up on all the ins and outs of the game?
There's a lot of in and a lot of out in. There is. I mean, the people that were sort of poo-pooing it, I think they've not given it enough chance.
No,
And,
I don't. I think you are there.
The 2 tournaments I've been to recently, I've had a great time.
Have you got any gems you can share with the listeners for some tactics and tips you picked up?
Combat reform,
Yeah.
is huge.
What?
Making sure you get that. That's we'll get to when I play later on at the Mansfield Mall. Cocking that up can ruin you.
Yeah.
And even one game at Open War, I missed a trick with it that meant I lost a combat. I mean, I had a shaky break test, passed it but if I'd done my combat reform ninjaing, there'd have been no issue at all.
I know.
So yeah, I think that's a very.
So what is it? Just knowing the rules for it, knowing when you can do it, remembering to do it.
Remembering to do it is a big one as well. And another thing that I didn't realise until game 2 of them all, Giants and Wyverns Thunderstomp.
You idiot.
Yeah, but again, just not played it. Never.
Yeah.
I
can do that. Well,
it sounds ridiculous. But
Empire didn't have it, did they?
No.
Because you had your chariot and your steam tank. Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous, like forgetting something as good as that, but just completely missed it. And it wasn't until my opponent went, "Oh yeah, Abomination, Thunderstorm." It's like, can my Giant do that? Yeah. The Wyvern. Yeah. Oh.
That might be good.
Righto then. 26 dead clan rats later.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, there's it's just getting used to it.
yeah, of course.
No real gems, I don't think. I had a couple of weird ones at the mall.
Like what?
The bigger one, the one that I thought was so odd was unit in the front, fighting a small unit. Pump wagon goes in the side. So it was playing vampires, rank of skeletons, orc unit, pump wagon, graveguard go in the rear
Of
it's technically go in the flank of the pump wagon.
Yep.
That's in the flank of the skeletons.
Yep.
The fighting orcs to the front. Pump wagon's only got a wound left.
Yep.
So the charging graveguard do a wound.
Yeah. Kill it.
Kill it, but that's all they add to the combat.
Yeah, just the one wound.
Just the one wound.
The
They
ranks,
don't
the
get the
rear, the
ranks,
flank, the charging, the banner, nothing.
But they still,
Crumble.
if that front unit gets decimated and they lose by 6, they still take 6 wounds.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It
It's very strange. We've had this
Yeah.
and we've had to sort of read it again, scratch your head about it, but it's clear, isn't it?
Well, me and my opponent read it, and we're like, that can't be right. And the table we were playing next to was one of the player refs. We're like, is this right? Yeah, ridiculous, but right. And I'd not had that come up before, and not really noticed it in the rule book. And it seems such an odd rule that's how it's. You don't add anything, but you take all the penalties for it.
Yeah.
So
It is a bit weird.
yeah,
And there's some abuses with it as well. With the, you know what I mean. You know this is going to happen. They can't charge because of this and
Yes.
things like that.
yeah.
So yeah, nothing else then out of the ordinary. Nothing. No tips and tricks. that
No,
come up?
and one other one that we sort of had a bit of a good look for was when you've got more men in your front rank. You've got your command group, and then say 5 wide, 3 command, 2 characters, and so the third character has to go back.
Yeah.
Nowhere does it say that if one of the characters is killed, does the third character immediately join the front rank? Somebody has to fill it.
Yeah, but it doesn't say it has to be the
has
character. Oh, okay, right.
And it only,
Does it not say characters in the unit have to go in the front rank unless there's not room?
Where does it say that you can move a character?
Right, okay, yeah. You can't
You know
move
what
a
I mean?
character
You
unless
can't
it's a
move a character
reform.
unless you reform.
And then if you do, I assume if you do
I would
reform,
imagine if you
you'd have
reformed,
to
you would
move-
have to be in the front rank.
Yeah.
So I had my little goblin wizard in the front.
hiding behind an orc.
Well,
No, he wouldn't be an orc,
I had
would
the
he?
level 4 general hiding behind the goblin wizard. Hit him, go on.
Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, that was an odd one. I think again, just because you're so used to just being able to move characters at will, and you can't do it now.
Yep.
I mean, my opponent at the mall did it, and I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm moving my white over here because I want to be able to march next turn. Yeah, you can't unless you reform. Oh,
And he's in a ghoul unit, so he can't.
no, he was in a graveguard.
Oh, right. That's where they normally get caught
Yeah.
out.
So yeah, it's a little bits like that. You're just getting used to it.
Yeah. Okay, so games then. Have you done any painting and modelling?
I have done no. Well, that's a lie. I've base coated 30 giant rats,
Okay.
but that's it. But then I've just been.
You've had your orcs out, haven't you? You've been enjoying them.
I've been
not
I've
wanting
been
to
using
paint
my
the
orcs a
Skaven.
lot, which has been fun. The Empire, I've not really got the change from 7th to 8th. The stuff that I've got doesn't really work very well.
Yeah, you need more infantry and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
More flagellants.
More flagellants, yeah. Detachments as well.
Yeah.
I know Mark Wildman's been having some good joy with the detachments.
Oh, that's good.
Um,
Why? What's he been doing?
Just detachments like 9 or 10 halberdiers that just charge in the flank and start chopping things up.
Yeah, because you get a lot of attacks
Get a lot
over
of attacks,
short
yeah.
frontage.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, he's been having some joy with that. It's something I'd quite like to try, but I'm a bit loath to buy more Empire
Yeah, I know what you mean.
because it's not exact. I can't
You've
see
been playing them a
myself-
long time as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been playing with them for a year now, and I can't really see myself continuing with them much more.
No, okay.
Because I'd like to get Skaven out, and I'm loving using the orcs again.
So is it one for eBay, or
I don't know about eBay, maybe, but I'm not sure.
so maybe someone wants to
Well, yeah, maybe. But then,
email him with an offer?
then a lot of it's not painted, is it? A
No,
lot of
no.
it's just sort of base coated inked, and then some of it is painted. So I don't know. Should probably get it all painted, really. but
Yeah, of course you should. But then you should paint Skaven as well. When do you want that for? Sheffield?
Sheffield.
You think it's going to happen?
I hope so.
You'll have 2 weeks off of Christmas and blitz it, yeah?
Yeah,
It's looking that way, isn't
it's
it?
just looking a bit that way. Yeah,
8 weeks' time?
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not.
We'll see. We'll see. I hope to get it done. I hope to
Okay.
get it done. But yeah. So no painting, but lots of playing.
Okay, so what games have you been playing then, outside
well-
the tournament?
I played Adam Hall at Warren World on a Tuesday night, just with his Skaven versus my Orcs. That was quite fun. Smashed me, but still, what can you do? And then I went down on the Thursday before Open War to play Mark Wildman.
Yeah.
With, ETC practice, mole practice.
More practice, yeah.
I lost that in the end, but only lost it by 314 points. So I think that's actually a draw under their scoring system at the mall, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
We didn't have the rules pack. It was like 2,500 played 2,000. So it was a proper slugfest. And I just forgot to roll for animosity.
All game.
Not all game. Rolled it all first turn and then just didn't bother.
And you still lost.
I still lost. Just completely forgot about it.
I don't
Didn't
know.
war, didn't do didn't war, didn't do anything. Just
That's what you get for not playing with the Orcs for so
Yeah.
long.
just 5 turns of not rolling at all.
You idiot.
Yeah.
I did get a text off
Yeah.
Wildman about
Yeah,
it.
so did I as well driving home. It's like, oh yeah, so I did. Sorry, Mark.
Oh dear. So
Um,
any more
Well,
practice games?
that was the Thursday before Open War, and obviously Thursday night at Warren World is the first company vets.
Well, at this time you wasn't going to Open War, was
no,
you?
no, not at all. And I was just chatting to one of the guys, and he says, "Oh yeah," he says, "We're full at the minute." I says, "Well, I might pole up then on Saturday morning." He says, "If you ever drop out, I might get me sent in there." So that's what I did, and then I went.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
paid me 18 quid.
And off you trotted.
Yeah.
18 quid.
18
Okay, well, we'll
quid,
talk
yeah.
about the tournaments in a bit.
Yeah.
So, any more games? Because then the week later it was the Mansfield Mall,
A week
wasn't
later was
it?
Mansfield Mall.
And we went to Maelstrom on the Friday night.
That's
didn't we?
right. Yeah, I played Steve Halliwell on the
Yeah.
Friday night, but that wasn't 299, which is what the mall was. It was 2,400 because that's all I had in my case.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'd been to work, so I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
get,
just took where you
couldn't
took.
get everything in the car. So yeah, I played Steve, lost again.
You always lose to Steve.
He's a bit of a bogey.
You're becoming his bitch.
In
Even beat
fairness-
you with Orcs and Goblins.
In fairness, only lost by 207, so it's not too bad.
No, it's not.
But that was quite fun.
Well, at the same time as you were playing Steve, I was playing Rob Downey, and it's my first game for a few weeks. So
And is it not Rob's first game?
I was getting to that.
Okay.
Rob's first
Just
game.
making sure.
The reason we played, I was saying I fancied the game, and Rob was like, "Well, I've not played any games." I was like, "Oh, that's fine. I'll get my toys out then. We can, I can talk you through the rules." And he gets this filthy army out, this horrendous demon army, which starts shooting a pyrocaster in his flamer unit, which rolled out of four volleys. I think he fired, and it was 6 sixes on the pyrocaster. And he had what else? He had Cougar. He's like the Great Unclean One special character.
The guy who chucks poo at you,
Yeah.
basically.
Which he threw it first turn, and he rolled a hit in the centre of my archer unit. Not archer unit, warrior unit,
Yeah.
which hits, is that 21, 22 of them?
Something like that, yeah.
So I says, okay, what does it do? So he gets his book out. He says, oh, I'm cheating, sorry. I couldn't reach there. I was like, it's fine, stick it on the knights, whatever. You've rolled a hit anyway. So he's like, okay, anyone touch, killed on 2s. I was like, you what? Luckily, he rolled 2 1s to wound.
dear.
And then it was like, he threw it again. He forgot the next turn. I mean, we both forgot about it because it was one of those games where if you forgot something, let him do it. But we both forgot until like a whole
Was he
turn
not also
later.
blasted by this point?
Yeah, he was getting slowly blasted. And then he threw it again. This time it landed in the middle of the spearmen and killed 19 of them. That was horrendous. The flamers were just going off on one, just shooting at things to death. Like I said, the pyro rolled 4 sixes from 4 volleys, and the rest of the unit were keeping up with him.
That was when you tried to steal his dice, wasn't it?
Yeah, he kept rolling a 6 on the same green dice, so I took it off him.
That's fair.
And
Should give him a red one.
but he came and blocked my Blackguard unit. I run through my list. I had a level 4, a level 2, a Cauldron of Blood. Level 4 was on Shadow. Level 2 was on Metal, which was rubbish against Rob because he had no armor in the army at all.
It is an awful law. Awful law against demons.
It's not too bad on a level 4 because you've got some good buff spells for your own troops, and you cast Final Transmutation on the horror block because they always have 40 horrors,
Yeah.
and it kills a third of the unit. Well,
Yeah.
a third, then the ward saves. So, you know,
Kills
kills
a sixth of a unit.
Yeah, maybe. But it does do because demons tend to be running big blocks, big units now.
Yeah.
It is a good spell, anti-horde. What else? Say I had a unit of 2 units of 25 warriors, 20 blackguard, 20 executioners, 20 witch elves, 10 cauldron knights, and a hydra. 2 units of 6 shades and 1 unit harpies.
You had
So-
Cauldron as well?
And a cauldron of blood, yeah, BSB. So it's quite a fighty list. And it's 2,999, obviously.
Yeah.
So we set up, I stick my blackguard on the right flank opposite building because I thought, don't want to put a big unit of death in the building. That should put him off from it. And it did. He went sort of in the middle of everything, which I kind of should have figured because he didn't know what he was doing. He's like, stick it all in the middle, it'll be fine. So he had this Great Unclean One thing. He had the 20 Plague Bearers with a Nurgle Herald in there, with a reroll to Wound Banner, the Steam of Corruption,
Yeah.
and the Strike Last, what's it called? The Strike Last thing, I can't remember what it's called on the
Oh,
Herald.
God, no. No, neither can I.
He had 50 horrors with...
He was saying how good that was over the weekend.
Yeah, really good. He had 50 horrors with the with a Zinch Herald, in Shadow. Was it? All a Shadow. Yeah, definitely all a Shadow. I remember now. Funny story about that. And he had 3 Beasts of Nurgle. So my first turn, trotted me Spearman forward. Knights failed a leadership 9 with a reroll stupidity. His Beast of Nurgle decided to charge with Spearman. So I'm like, Andy gets the withering off on him to make him toughness 1. I'm like, whatever. I'm stubborn. I'll be able to take it. He runs in. I kill a Beast of Nurgle. This is 6 to wound and 4 regen. I kill 1. 4 wounds.
It's not bad.
Quite good.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
And then he killed 1,000,000 because I'm toughness 1. So my turn, I tried to charge my knights. Fell another stupidity test on 9 with a reroll again. So I cast Withering on his Beast of Nurgle. So it's toughness 2 Beast of Nurgle fighting toughness 1 Spearman. Witch Elves run headlong into his big Nurgle bunker and just die.
Yes.
go in, kill a load, and then he breathes fire and kills 7, and Nurgle Herald kills another 3. I don't know what the Plague Bearers did. Don't even matter after that. You know what I mean?
No.
He killed 10 on his own. It's horrendous. Runs them down. But the Blackguard had got into the side of the horrors because of combat reform again. He blocks them with Furies. Then he blocked them and put a Fiend behind him. So I charged the Furies, overrun into the Fiend, and he doesn't want me to be able to charge into the Beast of Nurgle combat. So I do a combat reform where the centre of my Blackguard unit might have been sort of like 15 inches away from the horrors. With a combat reform, my nearest model is only 9 inches away.
Yep.
So I only need a 4 to get. Yeah, I need a 4 to get in, or 5 to get in, something like that. And it's in the flank as well.
Yep.
20 Blackguard, 10 wide. Cauldron of Blood powered them up as well. Going with 41 attacks, I think it was, and I only kill 6.
Oh.
I get 23 wounds, I think it was, and then he just ward saved me. 17 ward saves. It was just incredible. Never seen it like it. It seems demons they always do it to me.
Yeah.
They always do it to me. Next, then he combat reforms, and all of a sudden, no matter how many I kill, he's getting 30 horrors attacking back every time. So he's just butchering the Blackguard. And the horrors went down pretty quickly after that. The Great Unclean One comes around to get in the flank, and I put my Harpies in and pop the horrors just in time to combat reform the Blackguard, take the Great Unclean One in the front. Elsewhere, the Flamers are sort of milling about. They get charged by a Harpy unit, and that's another retard fight. They're just slapping at each other for 3 turns. It was ridiculous. Anyway, in the end, we'd both just hammered the crap out of each other. But I got up by quite a bit. He killed like my 3 combat blocks, my big execution unit, my big Witch Elf unit, and my Blackguard all went down. But that was about all he got.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd pick loads of crap off, and I got his Beast of Nurgle, which was 300 points, the Horror Block, which was 500, and the Herald in there. So I got a win by about 500 in there. But it was a good game. It took us a while because Rob was learning the rules. Every time I was doing something, I was telling him why I was doing it, and Rob was asking if what he was doing was a good idea. And yeah, good laugh. Not played Rob for a while, so
Friday night, innit? That's
enjoyable Friday night, and then went for curry, so that was all good.
I went home.
But yeah, I did see some sites. There's some interesting stuff for them all, which we'll get into later. You're going to tell us all about, I'm sure. So, is that your Fortnite fantasy with regards to gaming? You've not done much else?
Without the tournaments, yeah.
Okay, and you've done no modelling?
No, not really.
I've done a bit of modelling this afternoon. I've got my painting table set up in my new house, and I've just been unpacking all the new Dark Elves I've been buying, because I'm doing a new army. So, call out to the listeners. Anyone got any Dark Elf models that want to flog me? I'm after 1st, 2nd, 3rd, possibly 4th and 5th edition stuff. So this is either the pre-slaughter Marauder stuff or the original first slaughter base style Dark Elf Marauders models. So it's all the real old stuff, retro things. I'm doing a new Dark Elf army based on that. So yeah, if you've got any lying around you want to flog, you know where to email. bencurry@baddice.co.uk. And I think that's it for our Fortnite in Fantasy. So we're going to have a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about, Open War first?
Open War, yeah.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Oggy. Oggy loved nothing more than to go to a Warhammer tournament on a Saturday afternoon. He'd got his lovely army all ready to go, all purchased from the Og Games web store. And he'd even lined up his first 8th edition Warhammer event. The day of the tournament came, and it was horrible. He got smashed in every single game. It was all too much. Oggy was ready to give in. He'd had enough. He didn't want to play this silly game anymore. It was going to be an epic rage quit. And then the voices started.
Oggy, Oggy, embrace the filth. Oggy, embrace the filth.
It was like a switch had been flipped. Oggy was a new gamer. He headed straight to the Og Games web store, oggames.co.uk, and he created his armies of mass destruction. And the best thing was, they were all at 15% off. So head on over to oggames.co.uk, where you can get anything you need from the Games Workshop universe at 15% off. They also have a huge range of products that can satisfy all your wargaming needs. That's oddgames.co.uk. Okay, so we're back. We're going to talk about Open War. How'd you like the new Odd Games advert, Ben?
Yes, it's just wonderful.
You're not impressed?
Oh, good
I
God.
enjoyed myself recording that
I
one.
bet you did.
Okay, so Open War. What is Open War?
It's a multi-system tournament run by the First Company veterans.
Yep.
I think it's Open War 14, I want to say. Might have that wrong.
Been going quite some time,
It's been
hasn't
going
it?
a while, yeah. I mean, I went to one. I've been to a couple. One was, I think, the third or fourth tournament I ever went to. And then I went to one maybe a year or so later that was absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
And I've not been back since. But it was Mark Wildman and Matt who were sort of shouting it up, saying it was how good it was. So, like I say, I played Mark on the Thursday, got talking to some of the guys. Says, "Oh yeah, well, I might rock up on Saturday then and see if there's a spot." So that's what I did, and I ended up getting a spot because someone had dropped out.
Okay, so how many players was he?
There were, I think, 38.
So a fair few then.
I think.
I remember
no,
when
36.
I
Sorry,
remember when
36.
these used to be massive. They used to have like 70 players for Warhammer, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Time.
there was 66 in 40k, there was 20 in Epic, and there was 36 in Warhammer. So it was a bit,
Yeah,
Warhammer
big
was
event.
full. So yeah, it was good. It was really good actually. It was really slickly ran. Everything was on pretty much on time. There was a few issues, but that was absolutely nothing to do with the First Company vets. That were a bit rough, but
Well, you saying it was a bit pricey.
yeah, it was 18 quid for a one day, which I thought when he says, "Yeah, Ben, there's a spot," I said, "Oh, brilliant! What army you got with you?" "I got my orcs, etc., etc." "Yeah, that'd be 18 quid then." I was like, "Shut up! How much is it?" "No,
Is that
no."
what you said?
Yeah, no, it's £18. Really?
That's terrible.
Oh, right, okay. And I sort of reached in my pocket, and I got 20 quid out. I thought, tenner for the tournament, tenner for a couple of drinks during the day. Sorted. But I'd got there, I'd had a bit of cake, I'd had a coffee and whatnot. And I says, "I've got like £16 and pence on me." That'll do. So I was like, okay. So yeah, I mean, by all accounts, Warhammer World are eating them.
Fair enough.
Prices keep going up, so they're having to sort of match it. But then whatever they do make, all goes to charity. So you can't really,
Oh, that's fair
you
enough.
can't
No
really
profit.
grumble, can you?
No.
So yeah, and where did I start? I started on the bottom table because it was sort of as you come in, you were allocated a table.
Yeah, and you had to wait till the end.
And I had to wait to the end. Yeah, so I played Andy Thompson, one of the Northwest Warriors, first
Okay.
game with his demons. Now I have wrote down really well what happened in all the games, everyone's army list, all that sort of thing, and then left the book at home.
So what was in your list to start with?
In my list was All Great Shaman, level 4, with a power scroll.
Power Scroll was that, Ben?
Yeah, it might have been.
I thought you said you were never going to use a Power Scroll
well,
again.
yeah, I did. And then Wildman says to me on Thursday, he says, "Oh, yeah,
no comp,
it's
Phil."
no comp. It'd be horrible. I'm bringing this. It's disgusting." It's like, "Oh, all right, then, Power Scroll." Black Hawk BSB with the Dispel Banner, Goblin Shaman with the Steel of Dice, Orc Shaman with a Scroll.
Okay.
And then 41 boys, 39 goblins with nets, full command, 5 spiders, 5 wolves, 18 black orcs, 8 boar boys with a full command. They had the extra attack banner, I
Okay.
think.
The Boar Boys.
The boar boys. Yeah, and then the black orcs had the wild banner.
Yep.
9 squigs, 2 spear chuckers, a rock lobber, a doom diver, 2 pump wangers, and a giant. So yeah,
Sounds good.
quite a lot. Very similar, really, to what I took to them all as well.
Yeah, you just added some.
just added all-
added a wyvern.
Added a wyvern, pretty
some
much.
core.
Yeah, and some core. Go figure.
Yeah.
So rocks up to the table, and he's got demons. Great and Clean one, with level 1. Tzinch Herald with all the life magic. A Nurgle BSB. Block of Plague Bearers. He was on Palanquin. Block of Plague Bearers. Block of Bloodletters. Unit of Nurglings. 4 beasts, I think, maybe 3 beasts, and some Flamers. And we're playing Diagonal. Meet and engagement, is it? I believe.
Yeah, that's the one. Was this random or was it?
It was in a rules pack.
Okay.
I didn't,
But yeah, you hadn't
didn't see a
seen it.
rules pack. Obviously. So Andy chooses a side and has to deploy his army. Rolls to see what turns up. Everything turns up apart from his BSB. not the end of the world. So it deploys it pretty standard, really. Sort of blocks in the middle. Beast on one
unit
side.
that the BSB needs to on the shallow end.
Yeah, on the shallow end. Ground clean one on that end as well with the flamers, and then the beast on the other end. My army decides not to turn up.
Oh, right, okay.
I think I had 6 or 7 things that didn't.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a bit rough. I can't remember if I stole the initiative or if I just got second. I think I just went second,
Yeah.
if I remember rightly. Like I said, I wrote it all down. A bit annoyed I forgot my book. It moved forward and I charged everything.
All right,
Basically.
straight away.
Pretty much, yeah. Why?
Had he underestimated the speed? Or was he not bothered?
I don't know, because you do set up, you only set up, 18 inches apart anyway.
And he wanted to be in combat.
And he moved, yeah.
Demons beat orcs.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I think that most of my army charged the beasts and just exploderized them.
Yeah, just on combat res, charging and attacks.
On wounds.
You're only getting a 4 regen now, isn't he?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you're strength 4 as well.
Yeah.
5's to wound.
I think the giant, the Black Orcs, and the Night Goblins charged them.
Oh, so he netted them as well.
Yeah. So it's Black Orcs in the middle dealing the pain. One thing I have noticed as well, the giant, because of the initiative steps, it can become a liability. You charge
Because
in
you
with
can run in and you can...
Yeah, you can charge in with your souped-up Black Orcs ready to deal the pain, and then the giant goes, "Oh yeah, I'm going first, by the way. I'm going to shout at them, and no one gets to fight."
I can just shout and make you all stop.
Yeah. So yeah, that's come up a few times. Need to sort of watch that. So they sort of exploderized, overran. I realised as well that the Plague Bearers aren't the just horrible things that they were.
Unless you've got a tanked up Herald in there.
Well, no, because you could just drop rocks on them and doom diver them. Because
they do die.
They die.
Yeah.
They never used to.
No.
So that's pretty much what happened there. That destroyed one flank, my left, and then it sort of just turned around and then power scroll on wall. Basically, I'm a genius, me. The Great Unclean One just after the Plague Bearers were in combat, kept getting rocks dropped on his head. Didn't like that. Black Orcs in the end took him out.
Yeah.
On combat res. I think all that Andy had left was the Flamers by the end.
Oh dear. So a big win to you then.
Big win, yeah.
What was the scoring system?
The scoring system was odd.
Okay.
It was there was two sets of scores you got. It was out of 25. I think there was one set that was out of 15 and then one that was out of 10.
Okay.
The 15 was the difference between you and your opponent, and then the 10 was how many victory points you scored. So it was kind of like
so you got
a varying degree on like the Dragon Slayer system,
yeah,
where it's based on what you kill. But it's sort of been, I don't know whether it's been improved upon or just tweaked.
So you get rewarded like a 20-0 for getting a high margin.
Yes.
But you also get rewarded more for having a lot of victory points.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think in the end, I got 23 points out of it, but then I think Andy got 17.
That's a bit odd.
I think. Or no, maybe 13. I think. Because you got, like, there was no 0.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? You got like 5 points for showing up.
Oh, yeah.
On the margin one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it seemed fine. It was a bit of a palaver working it out. I think more for me, I didn't actually have a rules pack.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm sort of like grabbing Wildman's phone, trying to look at it on there and not really understanding how it worked. So yeah, that was probably more what it was, me being dim.
Wildman's phone, eh?
Mm.
Some nasty stuff in there, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay, so game 2.
No,
Fed and watered.
Then we went for lunch.
Yeah.
And we had to decide, did we want stuffing or Yorkshire pudding?
Back to the bad old days.
Back to the bad old days. Not impressed. But anyway, moving on.
Go on then.
Mark Boland.
Oh, yeah.
One of the listeners, Chaos Goblin, I
Yep.
believe, on our forums. With High Elves, which were, I need to remember now, level 4, level 2. Level 4 was on Life. Level 2 was on Metal. A Prince who had the Reaver Bow. Good story about him.
Is that it? Just the 3 characters?
BSB, I'm trying to remember.
You rubbish. Come on, what was
I
his
wrote
units?
it all down and then forgot.
Did he have eagles? Did he
No,
have
no
bolt
eagles.
throwers?
He had 3 bolt throwers,
Big-
small
big
unit of
Phoenix-
Wine Lions, big unit Phoenix Guard, big unit spear of Sea Guard, 3 small units of bowmen.
So quite a shooty defensive list then.
Yeah.
Okay, all the characters in the Fort Ward. Yeah.
In the World Dragon. thing
Oh,
as
right,
well.
yeah. Doesn't help water the face.
No, no. He got his prince in with the bowmen. I went first, dropped a rock on them, so a load of them died, and then the bolt thrower got him.
And you what?
And then the bolt thrower got him.
You got the prince out of the unit on
He
his
was, he
own.
was stood on the end and it shot the flank.
Did you laugh?
A little bit.
A little bit.
And then, yeah, it was war power scroll.
Oh, dear.
In you go. Yeah, basically.
This report's boring.
I know.
What's going on?
Phoenix Guard did get killed by goblins.
Oh, right, that's quite good.
It was quite funny. I've got to be honest. Yeah, the goblins went in and they broke and they ran them down and that was 25 to very little.
Oh, dear.
And Mark
Poor
was
Mark.
Mark was like, right,
Shell-shocked.
I'm going to write some stuff down as we play because then I'm going to write a report for the forums. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. At the end of the game, all he's written down is power scroll. Wow. That's it.
Not going to do a report, I imagine.
I don't know. I got 2,625. Mark got 222.
Oh,
Yeah.
nasty. Okay, so game 3, you fly in, and your reward is...
Mark Wildman with demons.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Mark had Bloodthirster, a Tzinch Herald with all the death magic, a Slaanesh Herald with Siren Song, 40 Bloodletters, 40 Horrors, 20 Demonettes. I can't remember what else.
Fair enough. Okay, so before we get into this, I've had an email recently. I don't know if you've got the same one, of a listener who's going to a tournament in Australia, I think. It's Pete Dunn, one of the New Zealand guys. And he says, just any tips on dealing with bloodthirsters? Because they're a bit tasty now. So you just played one. What do you think? Have you got a tip for dealing with bloodthirster?
Yeah. Throw rocks at it till it dies.
Okay, how many rocks do you need to throw?
2.
2 rocks.
First rock, ward save. Second rock, get it off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Really? Turn 2, dead?
Turn 2, dead.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Mark wasn't impressed.
No, I can imagine.
We had a bit of a funky one with the bloodletters. He had the extra charge right banner on the bloodletters. So he goes to charge the giant. And like charge the giant, I'm like, oh, okay. You can have the extra thing, you can't you? Yeah. Measures it. I'm like, okay, so you need this, you need that. And then Mark chucks his dice. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? I says, I can flee. It's like, no, you can't. It's a giant. It's an orc giant. It's not immune to psych. It can run away.
Nice.
What? Really? Yeah. Oh, shit. It's like, oh, fuck it. Just put it in. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll not die. And he didn't. It was great. He stood there. He smashed him about a bit. And then the pain happened.
Go on.
The Night Goblins went in the front, and the Boar Boys with the extra attack banner went in the side.
Oh, dear.
Because Mark was running five wide, so dead deep. And then I got the power scroll on the wire off. So they were re-rolling the misses as well.
And striking first.
Yeah.
Before the initiative 4 bloodletters.
Yeah. Makes quite a hole.
How many did you kill?
About 25.
Oh, dear. That's
Yeah.
going to chafe.
Yeah. Maybe not as many as that, but I killed a lot.
Yeah.
And then they all died. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. He siren songed the big unit of boys in,
Yep.
which I thought fine. Smashed the crap out of them. And that was where I should have ninja reformed.
Ninja reformed. Is
Ninja
that
reformed. That's the new term.
new
for it.
term? Yeah, ninja reformed.
Because he had his horrors that came in the flank.
Yep.
And as it happened, I was still steadfast, but I mean, steadfast on an 8 is
A bit shaky.
yeah, a bit
BSB.
shaky. Yeah, I had a reroll, but even then,
you're all right. It's not that
it's-
shaky.
it's 40 boys, it's 2 wizards, including my general and my BSB.
Like getting on for 1,000 points.
Yeah, it's a lot of points. So you don't want to be losing that. And also as well, if that had gone, I had nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if I'd have combat reform, because on the charge, I just destroyed demonettes.
Yeah.
They die easy, they do.
Yeah, they do. I think they rely on fighting smaller units and
Yeah.
getting a lot of attacks into them.
Yeah.
And shadow magic or life magic to boost them.
Yeah. But and then even fighting the orcs, they're wounding on 5s. I mean, they're hitting the crap out of them.
Yep.
Apart from when you get wire off, because they
Yeah.
don't get a reroll. what else was I going to say? So I killed a load of them, which meant if I had have reformed, it didn't matter because he wouldn't have had enough ranks left after the next round of combat to have disrupted me.
Yep.
So I, again, not playing enough, not seeing that. In the end, Mark got 490 victory points off me.
Oof. Oh, wow. So how come Mark was using demons?
I don't know.
Because he's normally Empire or Beast, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he just fancied a change.
Yeah, fancied filthing it
Yeah.
up for a no-con one.
I think it was, Ches, what filth can I take to this?
Take demons. Take
Silence.
Bobo's list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Bobo was using the combat high elves.
Oh, wow, that's a bit weird. How did he get on?
He was on table 1 in the last game.
Well, that's all right then.
I think he was 5th in the end.
Not bad at all.
If I remember rightly. So it was me first. It was Simon Clayton from AWOL with Vampires second, Andrew Chesney third, and Bobo was 4th.
Okay. Rest of the top 10?
Sam Gregory was 5th with Skaven. Andrew Hugh was 6th with High Elves. Adam Turner 7th with VC. Stephen Pritchett with Dark Elves. Tris Buckroyd with Warriors. And Matt Howley with Warriors.
Nice mix in the top 10 then.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
To be honest, a nice mix of armies there anyway.
Okay, so what do you think to the event overall?
I was quite impressed, to be honest with you. There was lots of guys there that were helping run it, freely ready to answer your questions. They had a massive prize raffle at the end, from prizes from Black Library books to box sets to super glue, which was ever so funny. Anna Delafield won a tube of super glue.
Really?
Yeah, and she was sat there going, "Do I really have to come up?" Oh, all right then. So yeah, I mean, stuff like that, it's always good, isn't it?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, one little thing that let down was the sort of Warren Ward had a bit of a do on that evening. So they had a band sound checking while he was trying to read the results
It's
out.
a bit weird.
And do the raffle and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Can I get the impression it's not going to be at Warren World again?
Yeah, it seems like the Games Workshop didn't really care.
I don't know
Seems
about
to be
care. I think they got a new sort of system in place, haven't they? I think they want to run their own events. And then
Not bother about anyone else's. Fair enough. Okay, so what did you think to your army after that?
I quite liked it, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you find the ball boys with the extra attack banner?
Pretty good. I mean, they were quite expensive. They're 222 points, I think.
Yeah.
So it's not cheap, not throwaway, but they do hit quite hard.
Yep. How many of them was there?
There's 8 with a banner musician and obviously the magic banner.
Was you running them 8 wide?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Did you get many fully powered up war extra attack charges?
War's just. I think War is probably the best spell in the game.
That and Van El's, because it's the 2 movement spells. What other people
It's
don't
better
have
than
access
Van El's.
to. Why? Because you don't have to cast it twice to get the rerolls.
Yeah.
and it affects the world.
Okay, question for you.
Yeah.
And this will make you go, oh, I forgot about that. So, you know when you had boys fighting in combat, would you get an extra power dice?
Oh, fuck. No.
No. Was it 20 or more boys?
20 or more boys fighting in combat, yeah.
How many units of 20 or more did you have?
I had one
Oh, just the one.
at the weekend at the open wall. Cock. I do that every time, don't I?
Yeah.
I had 2 at frickin' Mall.
Okay.
Balls.
Yeah. I thought I'd get you with
Yeah.
that one. I knew you'd have forgot. That's why I
always
unleashed it.
forget that.
Okay, so that was open war. Seems like it was good fun. Was had battle all, and next time maybe we'll be elsewhere. We don't know. Keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, I think I'll certainly be looking out for it again. I think I'd go again.
Well, that's good because you've been in the past, not enjoyed it, and
Oh, I'd been in the past and it was shit.
yeah, and you said you're never going again.
Yeah, and it's only the fact that I've heard fairly good things about the last few.
Yeah, from
And then-
people we trust to know what a good event is.
Yeah, that I went back. So, but yeah, I had a great time. I was thoroughly recommend it.
Okay, well, that's a good report, and we're going to take another short break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about the mall.
You gonna make me some tea?
I can make you some tea, yeah.
Good.
Hey dudes, just want to take a minute to tell you about the next big thing in wargaming. Rankings HQ is the new home for not only rankings across all game systems, but the latest social networking site for gamers around the world, including articles, image galleries, and heaps more. Create an account, track your personal progress, and compare results amongst friends and other gamers worldwide. Think you're the best gamer in town? Prove it at rankingshq.com. Join today.
Unseen Lurker is a new, exciting gaming magazine covering gaming, tactics, hobby, modelling, reviews, interviews, and even the occasional zebra. Each issue has a quarter of the magazine available for download, so you can try before you buy. It's the first independent global magazine encompassing articles from generals and hobbyists all over the world. Every issue of Unseen Lurker, that's Lurker with an E, is packed with giveaways such as custom dice, t-shirts, as well as the Game of the Month as reviewed by our Unseen Lurker test dummies. For more information, check out unseenlurker.com. So back from the break, we've got tea and biscuits, and we're going to talk about the Mansfield Mall.
Yes, we are.
So, what is the Mansfield Mall?
The Mansfield Mall in the past has been, I don't want to say heavy comp because it's
Yeah,
not.
it has. It's been
No,
dead
it's-
heavy comp.
Yeah, but it's not been. You
Well,
can't
it's-
bring this.
okay,
You
you're
can't
right.
bring that.
It's been 99% heavy comp, and then every year someone slipped through.
Well, no, not
Normally
even,
it's leggy.
No, yeah, obviously. Not even that. It's not normally like you can't have this, or this. It's normally, come on,
Behave
guys.
yourself. If you send
There's-
anything,
there's like-
anything remotely hard in, I'll send it back.
Yeah, because normally it's quite a small event, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's normally sort of like 20 or 30 people, sometimes less, and it's, come on, guys, don't fuck about.
And then this time it was 80 players, and
And
by the sounds of it, it was normal.
it was, it
tournament
wasn't
armies.
far off a normal tournament, really. But then I don't think it's not a knock at Tim and the guys, because I think it'd be very, very difficult to do. You couldn't subjectively mark that many armies with like 2 weeks, for this to be in
Why
a
not?
fortnight. The work would be huge. The amount of conversations you take with no proper guidelines in place, because they're not sure what needs to be, because 8th edition is still relatively new, to try and subjectively mark 77 armies, 78 armies, it'd be impossible.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you not think?
No.
Could you imagine the amount of
I think you
email
can go through every
conversations you
list.
have to have?
Well,
Yeah,
no, you
okay,
can-
so you send a list to me, your Dark Elves, and I go, well, it's a bit much, I want you to lose this, this, and this. You then email back, naturally, because it's you, trying to get as much in as you possibly can, which in fairness is not just you, it's the nature of most tournament players.
Yep.
Well, what about if I do this, this, and this? And you end up having a 10-way conversation, 10 email conversation with somebody. That's one player.
yeah.
There's 80 of them.
Not all 80 will be pushing it.
No, but...
And if you put it out like Tim has, but looking at the list and seeing what I've seen over the weekends, didn't see much because I wasn't there, speaking to players, there's only a few that got through. And so he has done it subjectively, almost successful.
Almost. Well, no, because the power level was quite high. Although it was possibly level, other than the few that slipped through, mainly this time the vampire armies. But again, I think that's because of the newness of the edition. The power level was all quite high, whereas ordinarily at the Mansfield Mall, the power level was quite low.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? Which was one thing that it did feel like a normal tournament rather than the Mansfield Mall of old.
Yeah.
No, not a bad thing, just different.
Yeah, okay.
Or the same. Or the same, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was no doubles game as well. That's been a pretty regular staple.
It's
hasn't
only
it,
been
of
in
the
once,
mall?
hasn't it?
No. Twice, I think.
Okay,
Last 2
fair
years,
enough.
I think.
I haven't
No,
been
last
for 2
3 years.
I haven't been for 2 years. I was there 3 years ago, and there was no doubles game. Anyway, it's by the by.
I've played 2 double games at the Gas Club where it was held. I didn't play a doubles game last year because I needed to be away early because you were having a party.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a double game. I'm sure it's 3 years.
Okay, it might be 3 that I've missed then.
And there was, but then I did speak to Tim about it, and so did a few others about whether the possibility of actually one happening. But there was too many people who'd already made plans to go home,
Yeah,
go
okay.
out, that sort
Yeah.
of thing. So hopefully that can.
And it was fancy dress as well, wasn't it?
It was fancy dress as well, but then not many people really took that up.
Did they not?
No,
that's
no,
rubbish.
not that many. I went as an Australian wargamer.
Oh, you're rubbish.
Yeah, a little bit. We missed a trick as well
Why?
because I was wearing my Aussie shirt. Koos was wearing his Aussie shirt. Will was wearing his Aussie shirt, and Will says, "Well, we'll have to get a photo of us holding the Ashes." Says we could have come as a successful Australian Ashes winning team, and we forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay, so it was 2,999.
Yes.
Bit of comp thrown in, and
Yeah.
other than that, it was just go at it.
Um,
Some of the stuff they changed the rules on the Magic, didn't they?
they changed the rules on the Magic. I think you could only use 12 dice a phase. You could only use the big spells. I think 15 plus spells once, no matter what, whether it was dispelled, whether it failed to cast, whether it went off. I'm sure there was something in there as well about boosting them, but I can't remember.
Yeah, okay.
It never came up. A few things were banned, like the Power Scroll, that sort of thing. Varying special characters were allowed.
Yeah. Did you take one?
I didn't know.
Why not?
I haven't
Didn't
got
fancy it? Oh, right, okay.
one. And to be honest with you, the Orc ones, I think Skarsnik was banned. I think he'd be the one I'd quite fancy taking
Yeah.
because he's a bit funky, whereas the others are a bit.
The problem with Skarsnik is you could just shoot him out of a unit because he doesn't. He's bigger than all the goblins.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know what he's classified as.
He's monstrous infantry, I think he is.
he? Or so, yeah.
Was- Oh, it might be monstrous beast. He came up when I was playing that Canadian chap.
Ah, right, okay. So yeah, so he I think he was banned. I think because of the old the sneaky advance thing that he's got.
So what was in your list then? Was it pretty much the same as the
Pretty
open
much what
war,
I talked to open
but with the
war.
Wyvern and some more what core?
The two boys got split into 25s.
Why is that?
The big boys got split into 25s.
Points for
I
command
wanted
group.
a couple more men, a couple more units, should I say? I could have needed some more points. I had to take a second fanatic just to get me over the core limit.
Oh right, okay.
At that points level, I had another unit of spider riders. I had 2 chariots, a wolf and a goblin, a wolf and a boar. Sorry, and then my wyvern, my normal
Yep.
wyvern man.
Okay, so moving on to the games. How did you go?
Well, first round I played Neil Ferguson. I want to say, yeah, look at that, I got it right and everything with high elves. He had a level 4 and a level 1. What's the wizardy hat thing that the high elves can have?
Oh, Gem of Hoth or something like that, isn't it?
He had that on one guy. He had a unit Phoenix Guard, a BSB.
That's quite useful now, isn't it? Because
Hmm.
level 1 wizard's not the restriction it used to be.
No, not at all. It went on death as well, just took Spirit Leech.
Yeah, okay. Because was it on a prince? Leadership 10?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I like that. That's good, that is.
He had that, he had a Prince, a BSB, couple of Bolt Throwers, couple of Eagles, a Lion Chariot, some Alien Reavers, which, you know what, are really nice models.
Is it the Island of Blood ones?
Yeah, the Honourable. I think
Yeah.
they're the first ones I've seen that someone else has painted, not the studio ones.
Yeah.
And they're really nice. 2 big blocks of Spearmen, and a big block of Bowmen, 20 Bowmen.
Okay.
And it basically just came down to one big fight with the Phoenix Guard. I'm not going to run through the whole game because it'd be here
No.
all day.
Yeah.
One big fight with the Phoenix Guard, with the Wyvern and most of my army, to be honest with you. And he must have been on probably 80% ward saves by the end.
That's a bit harsh.
It was insane. Marcus was watching, and he's just shaking his head at me. The Lord went in with Shaggers. He had 9 attacks
Oh.
at strength 10. Challenged the BSB. Or chucks the BSB my way because he's got a 5-up ward. Had got wire off, so I'm re-rolling. So I'm hitting on 3s. No, hitting on 4s, re-rolling. I think I did 8 wounds and only just killed him.
Oh, dear. No overkill.
No overkill. Just dead for 2. And I'm, oh, crap.
That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, mate, his ward saves were unreal. Absolutely unreal. That was really good fun game, to be honest with you. And High Elf Spearman.
A lot of attacks.
A lot of attacks.
And
yeah.
striking first, re-rolling misses, things like that,
Yeah, especially when you charge him. Fighting 4 ranks. I think he was... I said, see, we were talking at the end of the game because he's not played much 8th edition. He says, what do you think? And I said, well, you got your Spearman 8 wide Do you know what I mean? I was like, well,
Might as well have them 10.
why don't I have them 10? But then he says, well, because they fight in 4 ranks anyway. Because they're high house.
Yeah, I suppose.
So
Didn't fancy him in 5 ranks.
it doesn't. Well, yeah, it doesn't really make much odds,
Yeah.
does it? So that was a pretty bloody game. I got 2,800 and he got 966.
Okay,
So yeah,
good stuff. Now, walking around after the first game, did you see much? What was cracking over the list?
I did mostly eating after the first game, if I'm honest.
Okay, so I get this done with now. Did you walk around and look at the other armies at all during the tournament?
I did, yeah.
Are you sure?
Not really.
No.
Yeah, no, I did. I had a good wander around. Abominations everywhere.
Even though you only had one.
Yeah, everywhere. I think I only saw one Skaven army without one.
Was there a lot of Skaven there?
There was a fair few, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was actually quite cool because they get all the funky toys, which look awesome.
The Twin
don't they?
Towers, so they've been dubbed.
Yeah. And that's who I played second, was Robbing from
Two
Two
Game Radio.
Yeah. And this was the best game of the weekend.
Was it really?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
good.
it was a right grand laugh. It started off, and he's like, "Oh, you're going to smash me, you're going to smash." And I'm looking at his army going,
Can't see how.
I'm not sure I am. This is horrible. He's like, "Oh, I'm shit. I don't know what I'm doing." I'm like, "Well, okay, fair enough." And then it starts off, and he's just doing schoolboy errors, shall we say? And I'm stood down. I'm like, "I'm gonna get humped by a monkey." This is crap.
Oh, he'll be listening and he'll like
Yeah, I
that.
know he will. Oh yeah, and thanks for lending me your lighter like all weekend, Rob. His abomination was on crack. Not even normal crack, like super crack. I don't think he rolled less than 16 on it any time he used it. The first time he used it, he slung it towards some spider riders to get it stuck in the middle of my arm. He rolled 18. I was like, oh, God. He went, oh, I don't know, there's a misfire table. Oh, okay. Rolls his dice. Oh, random direction. I'm like, oh, brilliant. Sort of like it's like on, not right on the flank, but it's in a bit. So I'm like, well, if it goes either sideways, that's wasted it for a turn. If it comes forward, it's not the end of the world, as long as it doesn't go the actual direction he's picked, because then he's going to hit spider riders. Oh, cock.
And he did. He hit the spider riders.
Straight in the
Nice.
spider riders, straight out of the side. And then I had a chance
And
to
then you got an
charge it.
abomination in your army, which is gone.
I had a chance to charge it. I think I charged it with both a goblin chariot, a pump wagon, the boar boys in the side. And I'm thinking, and it's took a wound. I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad. In it goes. Regen.
Oh, no.
Every model takes a strength 6. Blah.
And it just kills everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, it was fucking horrible. I made a slight cock up as well with one of my spells. I got the all your 6s become 1s.
Yep.
Cast it on his bells unit. Gracie on a bell. And he's also got engineering there with a Doom Rocket.
Yep.
And it's his spells off, and it's his shooting phase. And Gary Moore from Maelstrom stood at the end of the table. And he's sort of looking at it, he's going, right, shooting. Right, I shot that, I've run the bell. Doom Rocket, okay. I turn to Gary and I say, I'm going to upset him in a minute. And he looks at it and he goes, what? What are you on about? And then he looks in front of it, and there's a row of dice in front that are all 1s. He's like, oh, shit, yeah, you've got that spell off, haven't you? Okay. So you're like 30 inches away, so I need to roll this many dice. But I need the 6s to get there, but then they're going to be 1s, and I'm going to blow up. And I'm not going to do it.
Does it affect the Doom Rocket? No.
No. Realised that afterwards when I cast it later on in the tournament.
Okay.
It's only like to hit to wound armour and
Right,
magic.
got you.
So yeah, I apologise to Rob for that. But it was his face when he was sort of trying to work out how far he needed to go, what he needed to roll, and the amount of 6s.
And then he gave up trying to work
the
it
amount
out.
of 6s and 1s that would probably be in there to exploderize himself.
Forget it. I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
I'll try later.
So yeah, and that was the game where I realised that the Giant and the Wyvern can thunderstomp. Wow, the Wyvern and the Black Hawks were in the flank of the Bells unit, and the Giant was in the front of the Bells
And then
unit.
you go, ooh, Thunderstorm. Handy.
Shazam.
Yeah. Good stuff. So was that a big
That was,
by army in the side of the bell? That means it was all into you, I imagine.
Yeah, I was 2,700, and Rob was 1,500.
So it's a bit bloody then.
Oh yeah, it was a bloody game. And then game 2 was against Alex. Let me get this right. Alexander Frenzel,
Okay.
one of the Dutch guys.
yeah,
that
a
came
group of them
over.
came over,
Yeah.
didn't they? How many was he?
I think there was about 6 or 7. There was
Okay.
supposed to be another one. Bjorn was supposed to
It's a
come
good
over.
road trip then.
Yeah, but he was poorly sick.
Yeah, I was twittering to him.
I'm not
while-
sure.
while
Was he
off.
not allowed on the plane or just didn't fancy it?
I don't know.
I sort of never really got to the bottom of that.
I don't know.
So Bjorn didn't come. Alex had vampires with a lord, a normal vamp, a necromancer, a white king. Both the vampires were masters. One was all vampire, one was all beasts to buff the Graveguard. He had
Yep.
2 units of Graveguard. He had the regen banner. He had 2 units of Wraith. He had a Vargul.
Sounds insane.
Yeah, he had, pretty much all of it.
Okay.
That's the thing. I think
And you wasn't allowed your power scroll.
no. I think the vampires did slip through somewhat massively.
Yeah.
But hey ho. This was just a big old mess.
Okay.
Everything died.
Why? Oh, right. On both
basically.
sides.
On both sides, yeah. It was just a fight. A little, I want to say niggly, but I think that was a sort of foreign thing more than anything.
What, were you being foreign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 different ways of playing, 2 different styles. I play quite quickly anyway, and I don't think Alex was really quite used to that. So we had a few little bits and bobs going on, but hey ho. And I crumbled his Vampire Lord in the last turn as well, which
Ooh.
I think upset.
Last combat phase.
Last combat, last dice roll.
Nice. To get a win.
Oh, I've won by 5. Oh. 1 Graveguard, 2 Graveguard, 3 Graveguard. Oh, there's no more Graveguard, and I've got to put 2 in somewhere. Crap.
Onto my lord.
Onto the Lord, yeah.
Yep.
And that was 2,575, played 2,498. So I won by 77.
So it's a draw.
I won by 77.
Okay.
If you score 77 more goals than your opponent,
Yeah. It's a draw.
yeah, that'll chestnut. And again, because it's the Dragon Slayer scoring system or the Maelstrom scoring system, whatever it is, the 5,000 point thing,
Okay.
where you get points for basically how many victory points you score.
You both got a lot of points from that one.
Yeah, we both got a bucket of points from it.
Yeah.
I think we both got around. It's out of it's out of 5,000. And I think we both got 4 something out of it. I got
It's quite a good result
like
for you both.
4-7, and Alex got 3-9. So
Yeah.
it's not a bad one.
Impressive.
And then that was Saturday.
Okay.
So me, Adam, Martin, and Matt went to Pizza Hut.
Yep.
Purely for the fact that there was a hole full of gamers all wanting takeout.
And you'd have never got it.
And we'd have been waiting around for ages, and I think Martin was about to eat his leg. That boy can put
Nice.
some food away.
Yeah, I know.
I'll
You
tell
remember
you.
at when we went to Tempest
Yeah.
Rising? And yeah, all that ice cream.
Yeah,
Yeah, an
the
ice cream for 2 to himself.
goldfish bowl full of
Yeah.
ice cream.
Okay, so Sunday morning, you're playing the Heelan.
Playing
who
the
had
Heelan.
also ate a monstrous... Was it a calzone and a pizza?
Yeah,
the
he'd
night before?
ate a large calzone and a 10-inch pizza because someone bet him a £5.
Nice.
Something wrong with that boy.
So the £5 he won is spent on devouring the pizza.
I think they bought him the pizza.
Ah.
He did spend about 20 minutes on the toilet.
Oh,
So
nice. So you're
you can
drawing against him
judge that yourself whether he's a winner
first
or
thing in the morning. Now, I'm sure Dan's going to talk about this on Heel and Hammer.
Yeah.
So if you want to listen to that as well, check out Heel and Hammer podcast.
Well, before we started that, I was talking to Gary, and apparently they were winding Leggy up in the evening because Leggy was like, "Oh, I don't want to fight them orcs. Oh, they're horrible. They're horrible. They're horrible." So Gary was
He
like,
thinks everything's
"I
horrible
know,
except
he's
what
a-
he's using.
yeah, but what he's using is fluff."
Yeah.
So Gary's like, "Right, that's it. You're doing me head in. I'm putting you against Ben in the morning," and then realised actually Ben's a bit too far ahead of him. Can't do that. Tells me about this because I was up there quite early Saturday morning, Sunday morning, sorry. So Gary's telling me this story. So Leggy walks to the door. Leggy points at him. "Me and you, mate." What? No, it can't be. And Alex's West is with him, and Alex is pissing himself. And Leggy turns tail to run and check the drawer, and I just look at Alex and shake my head. Not really. And I love whining Leggy.
You're a bad lad.
It's
so easy, yeah.
it is. And he comes back, looks like he's just been kicked. Bless him. So it was me and Dan.
Who did Leggy end up playing, do you know?
Alex.
Oh, right, okay.
So it was me and Dan. And I got bummed.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Dan just after we'd finished with you. And,
Yeah.
he says you made a mistake with a pump wagon.
Yeah.
So it goes back to what we talked about
yeah.
earlier. So how did it all happen?
The pump wagon was like 2 inches in front of some skinks, so I charged them. Obviously, you can't flee. Killed all of those. No, there was one left that ran. It's like, right, I'll chase him. Missed the the Stegodon, that, to be fair, wasn't even like far away, going into the flank of the pump wagon and being able to not like clip corner to corner, but just go over like a quarter of an inch or so that his
Yeah.
overrun hit the Blackhawks in the flank.
So you should have let the skim.
Let the skink bugger off and
combat
get
reform
his double
to-
one or whatever, and then
so-
and combat reform in.
To
So
let
that
the safe everyone somewhere safe.
yeah, basically, if he had a charge the pump wagon, he'd have come past me, or if it had gone into the Blackhawks, it'd have been in the front, which wouldn't have been as bad.
No.
Still not great, but
See,
hey-ho.
in the side's not too bad, is it? Because you're still steadfast.
Yeah, I was still steadfast, and I had boys that could go in the flank of the steg. The problem was the Blackhawks were, there was a building, then the Night Goblins that were slightly behind the Blackhawks, overlapping, so they couldn't quite get past.
Yep.
The Blackhawks and then the boys. So the steg in the flank basically
Just pinning the whole army.
stored everything. And then the Temple Guard came in, and I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, Dan had good dice when his Temple Guard were fighting. They were on fire. They really were. And my artillery was shite. I think it all killed a skink over the whole game.
That's a bit rough.
Yeah, which was a bit disappointing. I kept dropping it on the stags, but just got no results from it.
Fair enough.
That's the way it goes. Yeah, I mean, it did. It basically came down to that, I think. The Wyvern and the Giant went on one side, just thinking, if I can distract him with them, especially the Wyvern. The Wyvern can generally hold his own.
Can't go in the middle, can you? Because the poison just kills him.
Yeah, that was
running.
That was
so
why
he was running 20 Temple Guard, 20 Source Warriors,
Yeah,
20-ish Skinks with 3 crops.
that's right. Yeah,
2 Stegs, want it.
two ancient. Well, an engine and an ancient
And
with
then
blow
what?
pipes.
Two
camos
chameleons,
and
2 normal
three-
blowpipes,
3 regular, I think.
3 regular
Three regular,
blowpipes.
yeah.
Tasty, yeah.
And 2 single sallies.
2 single salads as well.
Yeah,
Christ, a lot of
and
firepower. How many pterodons?
3 pterodons.
A lot of firepower.
Yeah. It was a good army. Good army.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I say, I thought the Wyvern and the Giant could distract him a bit. I thought he can't kill them both, and even to try and kill one of them, I thought would be a bit. It'd take most of his army, and it did.
Yeah.
And I thought the Wyvern would be able to hold his own, hacking away for a while, and again he did.
Mm.
But yeah, it was mainly the pump wagon, my own fault,
Oh dear.
and Dan exploited it, and and absolutely,
Flattened you.
yeah, absolutely.
And that was a 5,000 to Dan, was it?
It was 915 to me and 2,600 to Dan. So yeah, 5k to Dan.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So going to the last game, you need a big win and you should be back up in the places.
I don't know about places, but top 10.
Yeah.
After, like I say, I got very little out of the
Because
game.
you were in second place overnight, wasn't you?
Yeah, I can't know if it's second or first.
I think Dan was overnight leader.
Was it? Okay. I mean, what did I get out of that game? 1,100.
Bugger all then.
Yeah, in a 5,000 point system, not a lot at all. And then I got Tris Buckland in the second. Buckroyd, sorry, in the next game. With Wood Elves, with 9 units of 8 Dryads.
Wow.
What the fuck did you do against that?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So, I don't know. You never faced it before
No.
in this edition.
Never faced it before, ever.
Right, okay. You never faced it in the old one?
What, 9 units of Dryads?
Yeah.
Backed up with, because it's 3,000, backed up with
3
everything
tree men?
else. No tree men.
Oh, right.
3 bowmen, an eagle, eternal guard, treekin.
All right, interesting.
Level 4, BSB, all that jazz.
So, what did he do? Just ran circles
He just
around
went,
you?
right, deployment. Dryads,
Corner it.
Dryads.
And then you'd got all your army down and you stuck everything
Well,
out miles
no,
away.
I'd gone spiders, wolves, pump wagons, chariots. As much crap as you've got, I've got. And I thought, well, everything will sort of go down one way and I'll get what points I can.
Yep.
I thought the Dryads will just ruin everything. And that's basically what happened. And it was the worst game of Warhammer I've ever had. And for
Why is that?
For
Why is that?
one reason, Triss's dice were incredible,
Okay.
and mine were utter shite.
Okay. Is this
Um,
just you manning because you
No,
lost?
I mean, I lost by 300 points.
Okay, so it's quite close.
And it was towards the end. It was ruining it. It really did. Because I thought brilliant. I thought Triss, know him well. He's a really nice guy. I mean, he won best sports.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So I thought brilliant. Nice way to finish the tournament.
Yep.
Win or lose doesn't matter. Good game. And it was just ruined.
Okay.
Um,
Why? Examples?
from basically from start to finish, like Dryads. Dryads attacking. 5 guys in the front, 3 at the back, 13 attacks.
Yep.
Hit him with 11.
Okay.
Okay. Next round, hits with 12.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, I can see where this
Round
is
after
going.
that, hits with them all. Do you know what I mean? And then in return, he's like hits with like 12 of them, wounds with like 8 of them. So I'm like, right, okay, so I've got 8 saves of 6 and 8 parries of a 6. And
None.
he hit none of them.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like that all the way through. And it was galling. 2 fanatics went through an eagle. I think did a wound. You know what I mean? When they were due to
Well,
go,
you're lucky they both got there. I don't know what you're moaning at.
Yeah, okay. Mate, it was bad.
Okay.
It was bad. However, I did learn that the Wyvern man powered up with 4 characters goes through tree men like AIDS.
You said you got no tree men.
Sorry, treekin.
Treekin.
6 treekin.
6 treekin, you just battered them.
Whoosh. Yes.
I'm surprised it didn't take you off the back.
Nope.
Because you're not going to do...
He's winning on 4s.
Oh, yeah, I
But
suppose.
I've got a decent save as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. What did you have on him?
Same guy I've always had.
You didn't fancy changing
No.
it up? Now you've got the rule book to exploit.
No, he's
No,
my man.
okay.
I like him.
Okay, fair enough.
So again, you know, it was bad.
Okay, so where did you finish overall then?
There's been a slight change from the actual printed off sheet I've got. On here I am 17th,
Yeah.
but I think I've moved up a couple, but I'm not sure. Because for some reason the spreadsheet, the sort is a bit odd around sort of after sort of 10 down to about 20.
Okay.
It's a bit jumbled, and I can't figure out why either. I can't see how it's been sorted like that, but hey ho.
Okay, so who were the places?
The places were, in third was Dan Heelan with his Lizards. In second was fella Bad Dicer and Martin Morin with VC. And in
Well
first,
done, Martin.
Yeah, well done, Martin. Keeping the tradition up. Every event we've been to, get a trophy.
Yeah.
Doing well. And in first place was Russ the Face Veil, also with VC.
Yeah, so well done to Russ. That's him doing well. It's 2 in a row, isn't it?
Tris Buckroyd was best sports, and best painted was Jeff McLeod with his Spartan Dark Elves.
Yeah, nice army.
Nice army, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a Mansfield Mall. Good time, yeah?
Yeah, it was good.
You going back next year?
Yeah.
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 Nice local one, isn't it?
It's a nice local one. I'd like to think that they'd go, especially with 8th now being a year old, they'd be able to go back and bring the power level right down.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe look at the doubles game, it being, you know, a necessity. If you're buying a ticket, there's a doubles game, you need to be stopping till 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And if that's not for you, it's not for you. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not my tournament.
Okay, just a shout out to some other bits and bobs here. So we've got Rob Downey. So as we said, he's only played a few games. He came in 13th place and best demon player. So he's not done bad. A couple of others in there. Mark Wildman climbing up 7th place, not doing bad.
Yeah, with his Empire. Well, there was a surprising lack of Empire, really. And then Mark kind of came not from nowhere, but we were having discussing this sort of Saturday evening and Sunday lunch at where are all the Empire players?
Yeah.
Because I expected them to be up there rocking, really. But they didn't seem to be.
Another one to shout out, Alex West. So he's
with his Warriors.
says he's less, even including the tournament, less than 10 games of 8th.
Yeah.
And he's up there in 17th place. So doing well. It's good. Good to see that the regular faces are still doing well.
Yeah.
Even in the new edition.
Yeah.
It goes to show it's not as bad as people are making out with all the tactics gone out of it.
No, I mean I think it's quite a tactical game still.
I'd agree with that.
I think it's just different tactics. Oh.
Yeah, okay, so that's the Mansfield Mall. We'll go for another short break and we'll come back and we'll wrap up the show.
Okay.
Hi guys, I just want to take a minute to tell you about an amazing new product from Battlefoam. It's the brand new Battlefoam Warhammer Fantasy trays. Battlefoam have recently released 40 of these trays, pre-cut to suit any of your fantasy army needs. If you have a huge monster, an amazing character, or a wild conversion, you can also design your own tray using the Battlefoam Custom Tray Creator. You can get a unique custom tray to suit your unique custom army. Battlefoam also make a revolutionary range of bags called the Pack System. These bags are designed to carry your army in total safety, no matter how big or small. There'll be a bag designed for exactly what you want. No matter what it is you need transporting, you can find the foam and bag to do it at battlefoam.com. Back to Basics are now proud sponsors of the Bad Dice podcast. Based in Adelaide, Australia, they serve both the national and international gaming communities with quality resin products. If you visit www.backtobase-ix.com, you can view all their fantastic products, which includes resin bases, terrain, modular gaming tables, and even a wide variety of movement trays to suit all shapes and sizes for your 8th edition armies. The Back to Basics movement trays come in pretty much any size you could possibly need. If you find something that you want and it's not on their website, they'll even make it for you. The Back to Basics resin bases come in all different themes to suit any fantasy army. Designs include brick, cobblestone, desert, dirt, dungeon stone and forest, amongst many more. So if you like what you hear and fancy picking up some of the Back to Basics range, visit www.backtobase-ix.com. When you go to the checkout, insert the code BADDICE and you'll receive a 10% discount. That's www.backtobase-ix.com. Okay, so we're going to wrap up the show. It's another one in the bag.
Yep.
Episode 49, I think that was, done and dusted. So next one's episode 50, quite the half century.
We think it's 50, because it might be 49.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so a few things we want to give a shout out to. The Masters is
Yes.
coming around again. Season's coming to a close. The rankings are hotting up. There's a couple of big events still to
There
go
is
in.
still a lot, isn't
And
there?
I think there's a couple to drop off as well. The
think the
heats,
heats is-
2 and 3 are still in there.
There's the 2 heats from last year to go.
There's the mall to go in, because that wasn't rankings last year and it is this
That's
year.
right.
And there's 2 or 3
there's
big ones.
Teesside, there's the Unseen Lurker event, there's Winter Incursion at Maelstrom.
So yeah, 13th of December is the cut-off date. So basically the 11th and 12th is the Maelstrom Games Winter Incursion.
Yep.
And on that Monday, we're going to input the final results for the year, and the invites will be sent out to the top 15 plus Keith Wilkinson as last year's Masters.
Yes.
And the Masters will be held on the 15th and 16th of January. So we're going to have a 16-player Warhammer Masters.
Yep.
For the first time, we're also going to be including 40k. There's a chap from the 40k scene has got in touch with us, wants to run the Masters, so we're bringing him on board and bringing it in under the Bad Dice umbrella.
Yep. Taking
and-
over the world slowly.
In addition, we're going to run 2 side events, so with 30-player events,
Yep.
the 40k and Fantasy, 30 players in each, just so guys who are travelling to the Masters, any of the mates wants to come along, they can play in the side event, they can see what the Masters players are doing. Just be part of the Masters experience. And of course, it's at Maelstrom Games, so it's a great venue for tournaments of that sort of size. It should be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I am
Whether
too.
I'll be playing in the Masters or not's a different matter.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
Struggling
the
at
thing.
the moment, not playing a lot of games.
I'm
You're
up,
flying.
up there at the minute, but there's a lot of tournaments still to go.
Yeah,
do
of
you know
course.
what I mean? It's,
So if anyone wants to be involved, there's still plenty of events. To be fair, most of the events are sold out, though, aren't they?
that's true. I think unless you're in them,
Yeah.
you're going to struggle.
So the invites for the Ozmasters have gone out.
Yes,
That's looking quite interesting.
I saw on Twitter today. I think is it 11 have confirmed that they'll be there.
Yep. And then they're waiting for the regional masters to be run and won, and then
Yeah.
they get an invite. The winners of the regionals get an invite to the main masters. So that should be quite good. I think last weekend in November, the same weekend as the Lurker GT.
Oh, is that when theirs is?
Is the Oz Masters. So we'll try and get some coverage of that either before or after. We'll certainly have the results to read out and see what sort of armies were there and what was played. Okay, so that's the Masters. By the time you hear this, there's probably going to be more information online. Just check out on the Bad Dash website. Ticket sales for the side events will be through Rankings HQ, so you can keep an eye out for that. Another event we want to announce is a Destruction Derby. Again, it's not up yet. It will be within the next week. By the time you hear this, it's probably going to be up. Check out derbywargames.co.uk for more information on that. It's just a one-dayer, first Saturday in December.
Yep.
There's also a 40k event on the Sunday, the day after the Derby one, so check that out as well if you're into the 40k. Is there else you want to give a shout-out to, Ben?
No.
Plug out before we disappear?
Formula 1 at the weekend.
Formula One.
Formula One, yeah. Wrestling. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker at Mania. Oh,
I don't know what you're saying. It's like you're talking another language.
I'm sure there's
You're
a lot
just
of people
saying
out
words.
there that
You
understand.
do- okay,
You know who
so
Brock Lesnar is, don't you?
No.
The UFC fighter.
No.
He used to be a wrestler.
no,
Well,
I know who the Undertaker is.
he got
Is that fella who hangs around with Furnival?
That's the one.
Yeah.
The fella that hangs around with mine. Lesnar got the snot kicked out of him and his title lost at the weekend
Okay,
in the UFC, and then had a bit of a word with the Undertaker, and apparently it's all a big work and stuff. So
okay.
that will sell just bucket loads.
Oh right, okay.
You've no idea, have you?
No, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Not a clue. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, fair enough. I enjoy it. It keeps me happy.
Okay, that's it. As long as you're happy, that's the main thing. Well, thanks for listening. Another episode, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Yes. Ta-ra, guys.
Bye. The preceding podcast was brought to you by Ben and Ben Productions. If you actually enjoyed the show and feel the need to tell other people about it, you can leave a positive review on iTunes. You can contact both your hosts at thebens@baddice.co.uk, or you can contact us individually on Ben Curry at baddice.co.uk or Ben Johnson at baddice.co.uk. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Bad Dice Podcast.